Hello and welcome to 5 at 5. I'm Gargi Raut, and joining me for the show is Debashish Sen, Shubhan Chakrabarti, and Rohit Juglan. Last night we saw a brilliant batting performance by both Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. A full Paisa Vasool show for the crowd out there at the JSA Stadium. And Virat Kohli really topped it off with that post match presentation quotes and talking about not going back to test, talking about his game awareness, talking about also preparation. But we'll talk about that. But before that, let's talk about Shubman Gill, the ODI and Test captain, or rather, will be on his way to the Center of Excellence in Bangalore. Rohit, if you can please give us the details of where things stand as regards to Shubman Gill's injury and what is the recovery plan like? Is he going to be able to make it to the T20I series against South Africa?
So I think a couple of days ago we did this. Means I particularly did this video about three players. There's one about Hardik Pandya, then there's one about Shubman Gill, and then Rajat Patilar, because all three of them were in center of excellence. Apart from Shubman Gill at that point of time, because he was in Chandigarh at that point of time, and so today I've shared a still also. If someone in the background can play that still, that's from the Chandigarh airport, and it's not a afternoon image or a morning image. So somewhere around, I think he is what I am getting through various cross checks, is that he, at this point of time, I think he'll be somewhere around in the airspace of Mumbai, either Mumbai or somewhere around Bengaluru. So it has to be land there, and then straight out to the center of excellence. Obviously not today but tomorrow, because it's going to be now a very speedy recovery from here, because it's all good at this point of time, what I can assure. It's everything is good now. The final rehab part will be in center of excellence, but the one thing which is very important, and I said on that very video also, which I did, I think, a couple of days ago, that his rehab in the center of excellence will be the most important and the crucial thing. And that's one of the topmost reasons why they are holding the T20 side also. It's not about that they have some other discussions about that. There will be a meeting in Raipur, but that's as Shubhanda rightly said, I think, a couple of days ago, that there's nothing as far as his sources is confirming in Ahmedabad at this point of time, and things will be done and dusted, I think, in that Raipur meeting, where they will talk about the test and the simulation thing, that is there any gap between, is there any communication gap between the selectors or the team management, or can we do a lot better as far as selecting a squad for the test cricket is concerned. So there are multiple things going on at this point of time, but I think the hold in the T20 squad is because of they are waiting for a final update on Shubman Gill. So this particular rehab will be the next couple of days, or next 2-3 days will be the most important days as far as the Indian skipper is concerned, Gargi.
Shubha, the other meeting that is being talked about is obviously the Ahmedabad meeting regarding Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Shomik spoke about it yesterday, and love how slyly Rohit just went out went out of the frame. But Shubha, in that meeting that everyone keeps talking about regarding Virat and Rohit's future in ODIs, whether or not they will be a part of the 2027 World Cup. What are the details on that as of yet? Because there still seem to be a lot of contradicting reports out there in the media.
Gargi, in terms of Rohit and Virat for the 27 World Cup, both of them are playing bilateral cricket and both of them are performing. And as Sitanshu Kotak also said in the press conference last evening, that as long as they are playing, as long as they are fit and firing, there's no need to talk about their long-term future, because they are part of the squad. It's not like they are not playing, they are not no, they are not part of the squad. So in that regard, both of them are involved within the squad. Yes, there are certain things within the squad that is going on, like we reported in Australia also, that we have not seen Gambhir and Virat Kohli talking openly. Even in Ranchi, we did not see them having a word at the net. Debashish can also confirm that. And similarly, I think the same is going on with Rohit and Agarkar. I don't know, since Agarkar was not here in Ranchi, Pragyan Oja was there, and he was seen having. Pragyan is a very good friend of Rohit Sharma, so I'm pretty sure that they are in talking terms. But in terms of Gambhir and Kohli, they are not talking. So I don't know whether that meeting in Raipur, since we have reported, I don't want to contradict it, but mostly as far as I know, it will be the meeting will be to pick the T20 squad and not diverge too much into the longer scheme of things. No dissecting of what is happening in Test cricket. Nothing. It's not going to be a surgery meeting, a review meeting that which happened after the Border Gavaskar Trophy. That meeting was really important uh, as to taking that path of a long-term vision of what how Gautam Gambhir wants this team to operate. But that was the last major meeting that happened. So in Raipur or Visakhapatnam, wherever that meeting takes place, it will be mainly to pick the T20 squad and not to not to diverge too much into things. Yes, after the Ahmedabad T20, since there's a major gap of a few weeks, of a couple of weeks before the New Zealand series, you might see the selection committee, the BCCI hierarchy, and the team management officials come together and sit and discuss the long term future. But that is also tentative. Nothing is officially there on email, since BCCI is also a corporate organization. Any meeting that is to be scheduled, it has to be communicated via an email. There has to be a lot of approvals, whether all the selectors are available, whoever is attending that meeting, whether they are available on that particular date, since Syed Mushtaq Ali trophy is also going on, and different selectors are stationed in different parts of the country. So right now, whenever they meet, it will be mainly to pick the T20 squad and not to get it too much involved or too much chatter around the long term vision of this team.
All right. Devashish, after Virat Kohli went back to the dressing room after his knock, there were some certain videos that came out on social media, and obviously people love to speculate about what is going on. Dramatic music is put on these video and then said, "Oh, Virat Kohli ignored Gautam Gambhir. He did not hug him. He did not do this and that." And then, of course, that video of Rohit Sharma as well. But Gautam Gambhir, Virat Kohli rift, and all of that. From all that Virat said in that post match presentation and in the interview that later BCCI posted, what is your impression of how things are in the dressing room?
See, Gargi, in this era of AI, so we cannot confirm what exactly happened. But clearly, what I and Shubhan has noticed, clearly there was no conversation between Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Gautam Gambhir. That is, I can guarantee you, being there with my lenses, capturing each and every moment during the practices, not a single moment Virat Kohli or a Rohit Sharma had a conversation with the head coach Gautam Gambhir. Yes, Ajit Agarkar was not there, but clearly that was not the case. So that itself, it's enough for us to say that something is not right within that dressing room when it comes to one day cricket. See, these are legends of the game in their own right. Gautam Gambhir too is also have won India the World Cup, but definitely there's a clear ego problem between these three superstars. Means obviously head coach Gautam Gambhir and Virat and Rohit, and that is where it is not right. I would say whether there's a meeting, as Shubhan's rightly said, that whether we don't know exactly what. And by the way, Wednesday is the match day. The second ODI is happening on Wednesday in Raipur. So the question of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma doesn't even arise to be part of that conversation or to be part of that meeting. Yes, whether the selector, the selection committee chairman Ajit Agarkar flies into Raipur and have a discussion, whether the board secretary um, 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 Debajit Saikia or as joint secretary Prabjit Singh Bhatia to travel, that we don't know. But definitely, as far as what I saw, covering that practice session, there was never a discussion that was noticed between these three players. Obviously, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Gautam Gambhir.
But Gargi, I keep on giving examples of the golden generation of England football team. You don't need to be the best of friends to be in a smoothly operated sports team, whether cricket, football, hockey, anything can can that, as long as you are working towards a similar goal, I think even if a few players are not in talking terms, it's fine. If you look at what happened post the 2019 World Cup, Rohit and Virat were not in talking terms. They were there was a huge ego clash, and that did not bother their batting form or their partnership. Whenever Rohit used to score centuries, Virat was there in the dressing room standing up and clapping for him. When Virat scored centuries, Rohit was there standing up for him and clapping for his knocks. But it is not necessary for every 15 members or 25 member squad to be friends with everyone. It can happen, and it has happened in the past as well, whether it's in the Indian team or other sports team, that there have been instances where people are not in talking terms. They don't like each other. It is very natural for players with different backgrounds, different egos, different cultural lifestyle, different lifestyles. So it is not important that, Gambhir Rohit, Gambhir Virat, Agarkar Rohit, they have to be in talking terms. As long as they are understanding their roles, as long as they are executing what the team wants them to do, I think that should be enough.
No one needs to be best friends. All you need to do is
Mm.
win matches. That's all. But Rohit, coming back to Virat and Rohit, not that we left the topic, but at this point, looking at both Rohit and Virat Kohli's fitness, it looks like both are very determined to play for a long time. But if there is a time when there is a dip in form, how do you handle that? And how much time do you give these two before you say, okay, maybe it's not the best thing for you to continue?
So, but that's why they changed the captaincy. That's one of the main reasons why they don't want to take risk as far as dip in form is concerned. Because if you see their last few performances, if you talk about Rohit Sharma, last 5 matches, 3 half centuries, 1 centuries. Obviously, the Adelaide came in a losing cause, but look at the way, the grittiness of that innings, the way he fought. One good partnership between Rohit Sharma and Shreyas Iyer, and after that there was a partnership between Arshdeep Singh and Harshit Rana. So it completely tells you that at this point of time where people are asking about, oh, what about their reflexes, oh, what about they are playing ODI cricket after 7 months, but it doesn't come to both of them. Yes, for Sydney it was little unsure kind of innings for Virat Kohli, but look at his innings in Ranchi. Shubanda was there in Sydney and Shubanda was there in Ranchi on both the occasions. He can completely tell you that how different both of the innings were. If you talk about that Sydney innings, he was, at the very start, it wasn't like it's the same Virat Kohli we used to see. But Kuldeep Yadav sums it up really well, last night when he said that I debuted under Virat Bhai, and it was similar like 2016 to 2018 phase. That golden means, is there a better word, than golden means that's the Virat Kohli we all know. 2016 to 2018, we know how he used to dominate. Every other innings is 100, and at that point of time, everyone kept on easily saying this, that he will definitely cross that 100 centuries mark. That time of Virat Kohli's purple patch. So I think if you see both of these things, that why Rohit not the captain anymore, it's that's the basic reason. When you talk about that, they were a little unsure about this only, that what if a dip in form happen, and a dip in form can create chaos if you come to know this somewhere around 2027. Because now don't look at like somewhere around 2 years are still remaining. Look at like this, that you have 20 matches or 25 matches only. So for a player like Virat Kohli, for a player like Rohit Sharma, you at least give them a couple of series before thinking that should we take that big call or shouldn't we. So I think that's where the whole discussion lies at this point of time. That whenever you are, as soon as you come closer to this England series next year, it will be all about 1 year, it will be all about 15 games. And what the best team does is, they do, last of their 5-10 matches, they do the full dress rehearsal in last 5 to 10 matches, that what will be our playing 11, can we make some little tweaks and little changes as far as our squad is concerned. That's what they do in last 10 to 15 games. 2019 we did blunder, we changed a lot of things as far as ODI World Cup squad is concerned. We have a Dinesh Karthik there, we have a Ambati Raidu going out, we needed a Vijay Shankar at that point of time. We were very unsure, do we have to carry a Rishabh Pant or not? Ultimately, we got the Rishabh Pant also. You have Dhoni there. You have KL Rahul there. You have multiple wicket keepers. So a lot of things going at that point of time. So I think that's the main reason why they are, want Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma to get in touch as much as possible. But that was a very, very suggestive answer last night from Virat Kohli also, that he said that, my practice doesn't always have physical, my physical presence in the nets or anything. He said that I prepare mostly, as far as my mentality is concerned. My practice goes on. It's the mentality thing which I practice for, not being there physically. And we all know, me and Shubhanda discussed this multiple times in our Hindi live, that until and unless Virat want to do any specific thing in the nets, he doesn't come. It wasn't like, chalo yaar, aaj jata hu, 2 ghante bas batting kar lunga. His practice sessions are never been, just to spend those 2 hours. His practice sessions always have something. That's why he said in the press conference that I want to, get used to the conditions. That's why I came here a couple of days ago. He arrived Ranchi. I think where he's the I think first one to reach Ranchi. Shubhanda can confirm this. He was the first one, and then started hitting the
Yeah.
nets. So I think there were multiple things being said. There were multiple things how these two are approaching the game. I really don't know that whether it's very still very unsure that will Virat play the Vijay Hazare Trophy. I really don't know, no idea about that will Virat Kohli play that Vijay Hazare Trophy, as Rohit confirmed it. He was also thinking, as I reported a couple of days ago, that Rohit is also thinking to play, if possible, there could be a certain Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy games also, but there is nothing as far as Virat is concerned at this point of time. So I think there are multiple things going on. And whenever the meetings also happen, as far as the BCCI and the team management is concerned, as Shubman told in the Sydney press conference, that we will definitely discuss that how this can't be a very big reason that, we have to discuss this, that 6 to 7 months gap between, the international cricket they have played in Champions Trophy and then to Australia. So that's the main point, I think, which will be around that discussion, not whether you want them in future or not. I think that has now went away, and that's what we are discussing before this series also. Nobody has talked about this, that, are we seeing the last of Rohit and Virat? Like, I remember that multiple people have discussed this before that Australia series, that will this be the last of Virat and Rohit? So I think that's a very good change.
Yeah, I think it will also depend on how much domestic cricket they want to play, and a lot will come into play here. But
And there's not much gap. There's no 7 month gap between the next ODIs now. From here on, you play the New Zealand series after a couple of weeks of break. After that, you have the T20 World Cup. There will be a month-long gap before the IPL starts. So 2.5 months of good batting practice, match practice for both Virat and Rohit. And after that, the ODI cycle will start. So the team will go to England, and from there the FTP of the ODI World Cup will begin. So I don't think there will be another
There is a
uh,
Afghanistan series also.
Afghanistan series also. So there won't be another gap like this where there's no ODIs for 7 months, 8 months, and both Rohit and Virat will have to play domestic cricket for that.
But Shubhan, digressing from Rohit and Virat a little bit, because a lot of people are now asking about Ruturaj Gaikwad. He's only played one match, but it's almost like all guns are out. Some are genuinely asking whether he'll find another chance or not, and some are actually saying that he should be dropped.
See, there's if people are saying Tilak or Rishabh should play ahead of Ruturaj, then I think they have a very valid point. I won't lie, they have a very valid point. Rishabh has been in the bench for a while now in ODI setup, so automatically as per the pecking order he should be there. Tilak Verma has done reasonably well in whatever chances he has gotten in the shortest in T20 format, but I was saying the same in the Hindi live last evening after the game, that the Indian ODI setup is almost set unless there's an injury or major dip in form. You can name the playing 11 on the back of your mind. Opener Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat at 3, Shreyas at 4, Akshar Patel maybe at 5, KL Rahul at 6, Hardik Pandya at 7, Washington Sundar at 8. Number 9, you will have a Harshit. Looking at South African conditions, the way the team is going to prepare, Harshit Rana at number 9. Kuldeep Yadav at number 10, and then you have a Jasprit Bumrah at number 11. If you want to play Siraj in place of Harshit, you can do. If you want to drop a Washington Sundar and play an extra bowler, you can do that. Extra pacer, you can do that. If you want to play an extra pace bowling all rounder, then you can bring in a Nitish Kumar Reddy for added batting depth and medium pace bowling option. You have variety of you can name the playing 11 on the back of your hand. Mostly, it's all about one or two spots in that 11. So in that regard, it is almost set. Yashasvi Jaiswal, he has been long deserved, long due for a decent run in ODIs. Since now Shubman is injured, he automatically comes into the playing 11. And at number 4, you almost have a very settled player in Shreyas Iyer, who has done nothing wrong. He's the vice captain of the team. He has performed well. So you want to try a like for like player, a right-handed player in that, so that you don't have to, if you put a Tilak Verma or a Rishabh Pant there, then you will think, okay, should we play a left-handed again at number 5, or do we promote KL Rahul, as he clearly said in the pre-match press conference that he will continue to bat at 6, because that is what his natural position is when Shreyas is fit, Hardik is fit, when the middle order is there. So this team management won't tweak a lot of things in regards to the balance, the left hand right hand balance of this side. So it will be the same pattern mostly going forward as well. Now coming to Ruturaj Gaikwad, whether he will get a chance or not, that catch by Devol Brevis, I think that was an unreal catch. Any player, even if he's batting at 0 or 99 or 199, if someone takes a catch like that, you can just stand up and applaud and walk back to the dressing room. You can't do nothing. And whatever deliveries Ruturaj played yesterday, he looked pretty okay to me. It was not like he was looking rusty, nervous. He's an experienced guy now. He's onto his 30s, so he's not a youngster anymore. So he has that wealth of experience. Yes, he was batting for the first time at number 4 in list A cricket in 50 over format. He has done so in Syed Mushtaq Ali and Ranji Trophy in the past, but in list A cricket, it was his first time batting at number 4. So that was relatively a new position, but I don't think the team management will drop a player after giving one chance, especially where someone took a catch like that to dismiss him. I'm pretty sure I said it yesterday also. I tweeted it also last night that Ruturaj Gaikwad will definitely play in Raipur unless and until someone comes in from the BCCI hierarchy or selection committee that we picked him as a backup opener, and there is a disagreement among all the parties, and I don't think that will happen in such a short turnaround. So I'm expecting mostly the same playing 11 in Raipur, and I definitely in regards to Ruturaj, I'm seeing him
All
playing
right.
the 11.
I'm going to take some questions now. We have a lot of questions piling up. Victor Mitra is asking, are we going ahead of ourselves and trying to hide under an ODI win at home conditions? Test showed our true colors. Also, South Africa has shown their mettle.
Yeah,
Debashish?
absolutely. That is what the approach should be. You need to start thinking from now, going ahead for that 2027 World Cup. I understand that there's a T20 World Cup in between, but at the same time, you also need to obviously earmark the players you reckon that would be getting into that squad. So I think more or less BCCI has shortlisted. And that is why you find someone like a Ruturaj Gaikwad getting in that 15-member squad. But clearly, what baffles me is that I might have a different view along with you. Ruturaj is basically an opener, but you are trying him at number 4 or number 5. Now, when Shreyas Iyer comes back, when Shubman Gill comes, you already have a Yashasvi Jaiswal and you already have a Shubman Gill. So, do you require 4 openers, or he's kind of a stopgap for that number 4 position? That is what baffles me. But clearly, going by his dismissal, that was a splendid catch, as Ruben mentioned. Yeah, that was out of the blue, the way he lashed onto that catch. But clearly, it would be unfair as well. But now that he has been selected, he needs to get a longer role. That I keep on saying this: whoever player is in the team, is in the squad, he needs to be given a longer rule. Say a match, say a 3 match, 4 match, 5 match, or not draw. It cannot be that. That is not the way out. So you need to give Ruturaj Gaikwad, now that he is fit, a couple more matches. Maybe this series, all the 3 matches in this series.
Rohit, there's a question here. Shayan Ganguly is asking if Rohit is surely playing. The fact is, we don't know if Rohit is surely playing. But anyway, if Rohit is surely playing the 2027 World Cup, he should play as captain, as there is no logic or reason to take away his captaincy after he has given 2 ICC titles.
So as I mentioned the in the earlier part of my answer, that it's always about the unsurety. It's always about what if, from, let's suppose that India have to play next 20 games as far as before the 2027 World Cup, and what if there's a slump in the form, and at the till the very last moment you are just dragging Rohit Sharma just because you know that this guy is Rohit Sharma. He can, let's give him 5 more games, 2 more games, 3 more games, and suddenly you see this, that 12 matches, and there's not even a half century in that 12 matches. Then what will you do? You have now 8 games remaining. I'm just giving by X number of matches, Y number of performances, just giving this as an example. So suppose you have 20 games before the 2027 World Cup, and there were already 12 matches gone. Now what will you say? You'll say that we are dropping our captain. You'll say that we are changing our captain. Changing a captain before a World Cup, 8 games remaining, doesn't make sense. So when you took the decision that you want to carry on now with Shubman Gill, at that point of time you were not sure that will Rohit continue or not. Will Virat continue or not? Because at last the selectors and the BCCI want Virat Kohli to play that England Test series, but he said that I don't want to play it. You want Rohit Sharma to also play the series, but he has his certain terms and conditions that I'll play only this amount of games, and after that I'll see that if I can score, I'll be there. If I won't, I'll take the retirement. So ultimately what happened is that Rohit Sharma, on his own terms, he said goodbye to Test cricket. Virat Kohli, in his own terms, yes, you can say there were external factors, I'm not denying that, but ultimately, if just before 8 or 10 games before the World Cup, if you want to change something, you can't, because he will be your captain. So that's the main point is. And then obviously obviously when it comes to surety and form, you can't be 100% sure on Shubman Gill also. But then you have then you have a number also as far as age is concerned. 38 to 40. Rohit Sharma will be over 40 at that point of time. So there are multiple things taken into consideration. And the main point is, look at how he contributed towards yesterday's match, as far as giving that important over to Kuldeep, when Kuldeep picked up both of the wickets in a single over. It was Rohit Sharma who went to KL Rahul and he said that at this point of time, let's do this. I remember a game in Delhi where it was a game between Rajasthan Royals and I think it was a game
Mumbai
between Delhi
Indians.
Capitals and Mumbai Indians. Sorry, and he bought back. He was in the dugout. He said about that change of ball. The new rule came. You can change the ball after the 11th over. He said bring back Karan Sharma, and it was Karun Nair's wicket, the biggest wicket, and Mumbai won the game. And from that very game, the IPL completely turned around for Mumbai Indians. So Rohit Sharma, he will always be the leader. It's like Mahendra Singh Dhoni in the field. If he's there, he will lead. He will share his ideas. He will give it to either a Shubman Gill or a KL Rahul. So I think there is logic to that. Why they move. Obviously, the 2 ICC trophies are saying each and everything, but I can understand that where that decision came from.
MS Dhoni was the only captain to win 3 ICC trophies, but he still allowed Virat Kohli to, lead a couple of World Cups and played under him. So, and Dhoni was also there for Virat, making key field positions, changes behind the stumps, DRS. And as Rohit also said, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli yesterday, they were very involved. Even in Australia, we saw them, making their giving their suggestions to the captain there. So in regards to Shubman, Rohit, Virat, the camaraderie is still there. It's not like there's no bitterness in that relationship. Rohit knows how system works. Virat knows how system works. So they are in support of Shubman Gill. They hold him very high regard. And I'm pretty sure going forward also, whenever Shubman is back in the ODI setup, uh, whenever these two players are on the field, they will not shy away from passing their suggestions to Shubman Gill.
There's a super chat here. Shubhain, you can take this one. King 007 Dropper is saying you can't dictate the greatest players to do anything. He has 52 tons in ODIs, and these nincompoops will tell him to play domestic to prepare. LOL.
See, he's the greatest ODI player, no doubt about that. But again, sport is something which can take you to seventh heaven also, and it can bury you 20 feet deep in the ground as well. So if you are see, everyone goes through a slump in form. Everyone has to respect the sport. It's not like if Virat scores a century and say no, I won't go to the ground to practice anymore. I am in great touch. Then sport will make sure, cricket will make sure to bring him back to the ground, and that's how always it has been, regardless of who the player is, whether it's Ricky Ponting, whether it's Sachin Tendulkar, whether it's Kumar Sangakkar, the greatest of players. Whenever and you can go through their podcasts, you can go through their numerous written interviews where they have talked about respecting the sport, and and from there, this debate of Virat and Rohit coming and playing domestic cricket is important. I asked the same question to Steve Waugh, one of the greatest captains of all time, whether Rohit and Virat should go back and play domestic cricket or not, and he gave a very simple answer. You can go and watch that interview if you want. He gave a very simple answer. More than it preparing, helping them prepare for international cricket, it's also sometimes giving back to the domestic circuit from where you kind of grew into came into the international setup. So and Virat, as he said, it's all about mental preparation. You can't deny the fact when Virat and Rohit came to Australia for the first ODI, they both looked rusty. It was the 7 month gap. It was the lack of game time, which was making them a bit nervous, making them a bit jittery, making them a bit rusty. Yes, the pitches were fresh, the pitches were challenging there, but at the same time, this Virat and Rohit Sharma, the way they played yesterday, had they played a couple of games in domestic setup or India A setup, they would have looked far better than they looked in the first couple of games against Australia. So, and as I said, there's no 7 month, 8 month gap in between the next ODI series anymore till the 2027 World Cup. So it will keep them on loop. It will keep them in touch with the game. But 7 8 months when you are 35 plus 37, 38, 39, it's really really tough. Go and ask any athlete whether they can pick up a bat after 6 months and say no, I will play international cricket. It does not happen like this. MS Dhoni, why does he go to JSCA stadium to train, to practice, to keep himself attuned to the game? Just because he wants to play there in IPL, and he knows that it is not easy. Yes, he's not playing domestic cricket, but because he's retired from international circuit, but he's still there taking throwdowns, doing his gym work, doing his fitness drills, doing his swimming drills, everything, just to make sure that when he turns up for Chennai Super Kings, he will be at least the best version of himself at the age of 41, 42, however old he is. So you have to respect sport, and just you can't put your feet up and say no, I can go back after a year and start playing cricket without looking rusty. It does not work like that.
Huge difference between being fit and between being match
Uh-huh.
fit.
You can have
Huge.
six pack and can't run 1 kilometer. I have seen many people like this.
Absolutely. Rohit, there are a lot of questions here about Rishabh Pant. Some report going around on the internet saying that the management is not happy with Rishabh Pant. So, a lot of questions on that. Would you like to clear the air? What's going on?
So look, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know anything happening between Rishabh Pant and management. There could be certain things around, what happened in that Guwahati test. Was that shot really on? I remember, one of the episodes happened in Melbourne, and we talked in a very detailed manner. Me and Shubhanda, there was a very viral video of one of our colleagues also. So let's not get into that. But yeah, I remember it was a similar kind of stroke he played. Means it was a kind of stroke where you can hold the accountability that was that shot on at that point of time. Because in Melbourne, you can also say that you have Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, around you. You have a Shubman Gill around you. You have a Yashasvi Jaiswal. Means there is a lot of experience. But in the absence of a Virat Kohli, a Rohit Sharma, and then Shubman Gill is also he's not a part of the squad. So I think there could be that thing. And then obviously he posted something very cryptic, I think a couple of days ago in his Instagram. I don't know whether that was a post or an Instagram story. I really don't know. But I think that was also related to his selection towards the ODI 11, because as Shubhanda rightly said, that it's high time that you have to take a clear call as far as, because T20 cricket, there are a lot of games he had already played, and the numbers doesn't make, that makes you completely understand that why he's not in the scheme of things anymore as far as T20 cricket is concerned. Obviously Rohit Sharma took that step that I want him at number 3 in that T20 World Cup. But again, that was not something where you can say, oh, that was Rishabh Pant's World Cup. That was a Hardik Pandya World Cup, a Jasprit Bumrah World Cup, a World Cup, as far as Rohit Sharma is concerned, clutch performances in the knockout stages. Then obviously Virat
Akshar
Kohli,
Patel.
Akshar Patel, so but you cannot say this, that was the World Cup. You can say that was a Rishabh Pant's World Cup. No, that wasn't. Yes, there were some important innings. One against Pakistan, could be possibly one in the final. But that's my whole point, is that if it's not in ODIs again, if he's not in the part of selection as far as ODI, this ODI scheme of things is concerned. So I don't think. And there were reports also that he could be the captain of the ODI team. And so I think so there are multiple things, to initiate a theory that could be the point. The shot he played in Guwahati could be the point where management is not happy with him. There could be a possibility that he's not been assigned the captaincy role in the absence of Shubman Gill. There was no Shreyas Iyer also. He was into the squad also. And then again, he was not part of that, the leadership group. Forget about him being the captain, and then not being the captain, and after that not in the playing 11 also. So at this point of time, it's जैसे हिंदी में कहते हैं कि आप अपनी पतंग कहीं भी उड़ा सकते हो, वो कहीं भी चली जाएगी. So ये सब है. But there is nothing concrete as far as me I am concerned at this point of time, that Rishabh and management, there is something going on between them. I really don't know. But there are a lot of points
I
around
want
it.
I want to ask one question to Devashish. Devashish, since you covered the Greg Chappell era, etc., that mid 2000s part, early 2010s part, before MS Dhoni stopped the media thing completely. How was the culture of planted stories back then? Like players planting stories, coaches planting
Very less.
stories.
Very less. That time, the camaraderie between the journalists, the traveling journalists, and the players were very cordial.
Hmm.
Because during those time there was time of mostly TV media.
Hmm.
Means you had an ABP News or a Aaj Tak or a Sahara Samay. Means all these channels, the TV reporters used to travel, and they had a very good relation with the players. Be it a
Hmm.
Saurav, Rahul Dravid, Anil Kumble, Lakshman, everyone.
No, planted stories, as in I'm asking whether players used to come to you guys and say मेरे लिए ये story कर दो, ये थोड़ा सा लिख
No,
सकते हो, ये
no.
कुछ बोल
And
सकते हो मेरे लिए.
that only started when Mahendra Singh Dhoni, once he became the captain, he actually he did not care about what the media is doing.
Hmm.
He was on his own. I am media kya kare, you know what that group photograph in West Indies World Cup. So
Hmm.
bringing him every cricketer and lining up and means obviously he always had that thing. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, obviously because of contractual obligation he was associated with a national channel. I'm not naming that channel, one
Hmm.
particular channel, but he was in no communication whatsoever with any other. Obviously,
Hmm.
he at times he used to go for some conclave or something like that. But apart from that, after training, you could hardly. Obviously, he used to interact with the media, but nothing to be quoted. So I think that that is where I think that the story being planted when you are not being and even more so these days when you are stopped from doing actually covering the practice or putting up the videos, then only you will start to put speculative stories and this. And similarly, it applies to everything. IPL team, ISL team, when you are stopped, means a closed door practice, you are made to wait outside the stadium. You are not watching anything. You cannot see anything what is happening inside. Do your own story, your own way.
Hmm.
This
And
happened,
that
that
is where I
happened.
think inputs from someone inside will
Yeah,
come, and
yeah,
they
analysis,
will.
say,
uh,
Kohli
But
relies so much on
interestingly,
team management. But during the era of Rahul and Saurav, I would say that was perhaps the best time. When that time the bonding was so good. Means, clearly, when they used to call players, come, let's chalo kar lo interview. बात कर लेते हैं. So that is the kind of relationship that. But once that stopped, I think more and more speculative and this thing and that thing has happened.
but I think more interest. Just to add a point there, as Devashish does said that Dhoni, almost he boycotted the media. Means not boycotted in a wrong manner. I'm saying here, but he used to convey this message that "Oh, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता." But interestingly, in his movie, which means very he was the part of the decision that the movie to be made, and he saw the movie in multiple installments. I remember reading a book, which is again a very credible book, and I'm not remembering the name of the book. And he said in the book it was written there that his own movie, he didn't saw the movie in a complete, that it's not the binge watch kind of thing. He saw his own movie in 3-4 installments, and then there is a scene in the movie which clearly he coming into the hotel room. He switched on his TV, and there was a channel which was running, and the channel showing वीरेंद्र सहवाग और धोनी के बीच हुई झड़प. And he
Hmm.
and there is a what can I say, there is anger in his face that ये क्या दिखाते रहते हैं यार. And I know that towards which channel it it went out to. But after knowing all of this that he doesn't like media that much, ठीक है, interactions होता है, जिन लोगों को वो जानते होंगे उन लोगों से बात करेंगे, बिल्कुल करेंगे, एमएस विदाउट अ डाउट वो उनसे रिस्पेक्टफुली बात करेंगे. बट इतना सब कुछ होने के बाद भी उन्होंने अपने मूवी के ऑफिशियल वर्जन में एक सीन डाला हुआ है जिसमें वो मीडिया की तरफ अपनी क्या कह सकते हैं, मतलब अपनी नाराजगी को जाहिर कर रहे हैं. एंड आई
Frustration.
रिमेम्बर देयर इज वन सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट आल्सो जिनको वो टोपी से ही पहचान जाते हैं.
मैं काम कर चुका हूँ उनके साथ.
या
देवाशीष
या
दा नहीं है, मैं काम कर चुका हूँ उनके
नहीं है,
साथ.
देवाशीष दा नहीं है. बट सो धोनी हैज हिज ओन
अच्छा, और
बिहेवियर.
और इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग है सुभान और रोहित. उस जमाने में क्या होता था ना, टीवी वाले जो नेशनल चैनल्स है वो बोलता है एम्बियंस ले, एम्बियंस ले, एम्बियंस. अरे मुझे पता नहीं
Hmm.
क्या एम्बियंस ले,
यस
क्या
यस
बात कर.
यस.
मतलब युवराज सिंह बोल दिया, अरे ये दे सामने जा. अरे हम क्या हो रहा है यार. मतलब वो एम्बियंस में जब कुछ नहीं हो रहा था तब वो एम्बियंस ले, क्या कुछ बोल रहा है, क्या मजाक कर रहा है. दैट यूज्ड टू बी द स्टोरी. तो
यस.
but things have changed a lot. Things have changed a lot covering cricket in those days and now. Mm, and but those time the relation was more jovial. Means जिसके साथ अच्छा बनता था, means happily they would spend time जब practice खत्म हो जाता था.
क्रिकेट जर्नलिज्म टू क्लिकबेट जर्नलिज्म.
Yeah.
Yeah. Major disconnect happened because of social media as well, because everyone got their own platform to talk about it. You can put out your own story, whatever you want to
Now,
portray.
actually, they don't need media because if they want to
Exactly. They
communicate
don't need
anything,
a bridge.
they have more followers than your individual channels. Means if a proper broadcast channel if there is a TV channel, there's anything, they have more followers than a TV channel right now at this point of
Exactly.
time. Almost
And they
everyone
can
of them.
control how they are being portrayed.
How they
So
want, yeah. Look at Arshdeep Singh.
exactly.
He's completely, he has just completed, I think, 3 lakh subscribers in his YouTube channel, and he's showing that how he is off the field. Earlier, they need a TV media or a print media to show them that what it feels like to be,
Yes.
apart from cricket. But now they can look at a Surya Kumar Yadav. He's also doing things now, you know.
So major disconnect now. And I keep coming across senior journalists who tell us stories about how things used to be back in the day, and quite a lot of heartwarming stories. But
Even
that's
Gargi in 2015, when there was this Virat Kohli leading the cricket side, last time they invited journalists to a dinner or something like that. You can call it a gathering kind of thing.
uh-huh.
2015 was the last time. when team called some of the journalists, in that series where India was trailing 0-1 down, in I think Colombo or Gaul, and it was Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri who took that call. I don't know when they'll next take that call. I think
Kya
we'll be
pata.
part of that squad also,
Oh, not happening. Not happening.
hopefully.
But on that note, we'll take your leave. This was a good show, good discussions happening here. Thank you, Devashish, Rohit, and Shubayan, and to everyone who's joined us. Today, Ref Sports completed 4 years. Thank you for being a part of the family. We love talking to you guys. We love discussing and disagreeing with you as well. But it's all in good fun. Thank you so much and keep watching us.